Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're reviewing the DJI Osmo Mobile 2 at Mardi Gras. We were out at the parade. We used slow motion. We also used a hyperlapse when we were walking from the car out to the parade route, which worked really well. We also used a motion lapse as well, which was very cool. You got very, very good results. I was very impressed with that. That's one of the main reasons that I wanted to get the DJI Osmo 2. Everything has worked out great so far with this Osmo. I've been very impressed with the smoothness. I just keep in, when you jog, keep in mind that those, rough inputs on the gimbal are going to affect the quality. It doesn't have any dampening built in to be able to overcome that stuff. So I don't want you to have too high of expectations that it's going to give you perfectly smooth video no matter what you do. It does a pretty good job, but it's not going to be able to dampen out things like that. Now I'm going to show you on the actual hardware itself, the buttons that we have, what they do, and how they work. So you'll notice on the back here, we've got two buttons, one for record, which will also take a picture depending on what mode you're in. You've got your mode button here. If you press it once, it just toggles between kind of the follow mode, where you'll turn the gimbal and it'll follow you up and down. You press it one more time and that locks it, so the gimbal will stay in that direction. If you press, let's move it down. If I press this button, the mode button, twice, it comes back to center. If I press it 3 times, it toggles between the selfie mode and the front facing camera. And then your joystick here controls your directions. There's also a zoom button on the side, which I haven't used very much, but you can use it to zoom in and out. They advertise it as that cinematic zoom. You'll notice this is our charging port on the side. It's a micro USB. And then on the very front, we've got, this is where you can plug a USB in to charge something. And possibly the best feature of this one, I didn't have the original Osmo, I only jumped in on the 2, but having the 1/4-20 on the bottom is really handy. I just put this little plate that I use for like Joby tripods and stuff. I just screwed that onto the bottom so that I can use it on like this GorillaPod and some other things that I have, but that comes in really handy for mounting it on a tripod or something like that. That's what I did at the parade when I did the motion time lapse of the parade going by. I had it mounted on a tripod up high, worked really, really well. So there's no more proprietary thing that they had on the original Osmo. They just moved to the 1/4-20, and you can use anything with the 1/4-20 to connect to the bottom of this. I have 2 major complaints. One isn't their fault at all, but using the iPhone, it kills your battery. I'll do a 30-minute time lapse and I'll lose 20% battery. So that's really unfortunate, but that's not DJI's fault at all. The other thing is, if you have a case, this kind of seems to be the trend with DJI products. I have a DJI Mavic Pro, and in order to use the controller, I have to take the case off of my phone, which is it's a little annoying. It's not horrible, of course. I have a really slim case, so if you have like an OtterBox or something, it's gonna be impossible for you. But I use the slimmest case that I could find, and I still have to take it off. Now, I did have success on the Osmo with my slim case. It's definitely not made to hold a phone with the case, which is why I go without it most of the time. And then also with the case, with mine, I come very close to having clearance issues. So if you have a bigger case, you're absolutely gonna have to take it off. And you can see that it doesn't line up properly. So you can see this here, that I'm very close to not being able to clear that to get to this underslung position. So that's our high-level overview of the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, some of the things that we really liked about it, some things that we didn't like so much. The main selling points for me are the time lapse, the hyperlapse, especially the motion time lapse. I really like that, as well as being able to just get, stable video and slow motion. I think those things are great. There are some features that we didn't touch on, like active track as well as the panoramic stuff. The panoramic had trouble stitching the photos together at times. It is kind of cool to watch the Osmo work and take the photos, especially for that 9-photo panoramic shot. And on active track, it's really hit or miss. Sometimes it works really well, other times it doesn't. It helps to have high contrast between the subject and the background that you're shooting. I don't really like to use it. It is a DJI feature on a lot of their products, but I don't think it works very well. But maybe they'll keep working with it and get better and better. I think for the price, for $129, it's a really good product to have, especially to kind of up your production value a little bit. One of the big things that they're using as a selling point that we didn't touch on at all is the ability to do portrait and landscape with this for like Instagram stories and other things like that. That wasn't really a selling point to me at all, but if that's what you like to do, you do have the ability to turn the phone in the gimbal to shoot in portrait mode. I like to shoot majority in landscape mode, but there is that option as well. Hope this video was helpful for you and that you learned some stuff, and maybe it helps you decide if you want to get one or if you don't want to get one. Thanks so much for watching Break It Yourself. Don't forget to thumbs me up, and we'll see you next time.